So 2015 was a year of just great excitement. It seemed like 2015 was a year that we felt God's favor, His momentum on our church. And I think as I look back on 2015, the sweetest memory that I have is the opening of Mary's Home. After so many years of renovations and dealing with architects and raising money and finding the team to be a part of Mary's Home, we finally, in June of this year, moved our first moms with their kids off the streets of our city into a warm, safe environment called Mary's Home. So I'm so grateful for God's provision, for the generous giving that happened, but more importantly, for those moms now who are safe at Mary's Home.
One of the great things about 2015 was we wrote some of our own curriculum for kids. And so just to see the creativity emerge from our staff and our volunteers, with the heart behind, we are going to engage these kids in a way that resonates with them. We had an incredible kids camp. I would argue one of our best ever. We really walked them through this idea that the most exciting thing they can do with their life is follow Jesus. And to watch their hearts just come alive with that idea was pretty phenomenal.
So 2015, it's been such a year of seeing teenagers really own their faith. I have had more conversations with teenagers one-on-one that it is so obvious to me that they are starting to realize this is who I am as a son or a daughter of Jesus Christ. Each year, we have the amazing privilege of hosting Desperation Conference, seeing over 5,000 teenagers from all across the country come together. This year was no different. Our theme was, You Make a Way. We saw dramatic healings that took place, physical healings in teenagers' bodies. From conference, we've heard stories of teenagers going back and being agents of change on their junior high and high school and some college campuses. Desperation Conference 2015 was nothing short of amazing, and to God be the glory.
2015 for me was a deepening. I saw women connecting at a really much deeper level than I've ever seen there. One story that I'm remembering from a woman who just said, I feel like I'm seen, not only by God, but by other women. And that is huge to me, that women feel like they have a place to connect and that they truly do have a place in women's ministry at New Life.
The thing that was the most memorable for me was watching men in our church step forward and lead. They've essentially said, I want to invest in other men. I want to disciple other men. I want to be intentional with other men. Our hope with men's ministry this year is to launch more fire teams. And the reason why is because when a man joins a fire team, I think three things happen. Number one, he'll grow in his relationship with God. Number two, he'll develop meaningful friendships. And number three, he'll be a part of something larger than himself.
There's a neat blend that we're seeing at New Life Friday night, and we're really excited about what God's doing among us. There's young families connecting, there's people who've been married 50 and 60 years coming and worshiping, and there's still a strong nucleus of the college and 20-somethings. So the Lord has brought us together in 2015 and made us a family. And now in 2016, it's time for us to be a family, to serve the city, to go out and do projects together, and to really make a dent in Colorado Springs for the glory of God.
We've always had a passion to sing songs about who God is and to really declare who He is. And we have seen amazing things. Worship's been so strong at church. We released an instrumental project called Soak that is, it's going all over the place, and we're hearing testimonies about it all the time. My prayer, our hope, is to develop an atmosphere that people could come and engage with God with passion, to sing, to engage, not to watch. And that's something that we spend a lot of time thinking about, from how we're, brightness of our lights, to how we're doing our sound, to how we're leading on that stage. How can we communicate and invite people to participation, not to performance?
Been doing this ministry for 3 years. This year, to me, it seemed like it really settled into the heart of the church. So it's no longer just a ministry about our military families. This is about a church that really cares for and loves its military families. So we like to walk with families in pre-deployment, during deployment, and post-deployment when they come back home and reintegrate. So that's been the greatest blessing that we've seen in our church.
2015 was a tremendous year for us in outreach. We have families in our church, folks in our church, who go to mosque every single Friday to minister to Muslims, as we see our church and folks in our church just reach into families and just be Jesus. Then on a global level, we partner with 52 missionaries or organizations around the world. And we're looking at sending hundreds from our church once again on short-term mission trips to not only experience missions, but to contribute to this voice of the life of Jesus Christ to a lost and dying world.
Last year was an exciting year for us at New Life Downtown. You know, with a growing church comes all of these challenges, but I think what's amazing is every time there's a need, people are rising to the occasion. So part of being a mobile church means we require lots of people to jump in, many hands to kind of join the work. And so we've seen, we have hundreds of people that are on our team that serve on Sundays, that lead meal groups. And then we've had our children's ministry increase pretty dramatically this year. We've had to open up new classrooms and be ready to welcome new families. So we're excited about all that God is doing at New Life Downtown.
2016 is a year of growing and multiplying. The Lord gave me a word a few weeks ago that this is the year of alignment, that He is going to take us places faster than we've ever imagined going. People are coming to Christ. People are being baptized. People are being healed. The stories that I hear all the time of people being healed and set free, of their marriages being saved, I'm so grateful to be a part of this. New Life Church is in the center of what God's doing in our city, and I'm glad to be a part of that.